Okay, hello, hello. Oh, oh. Hey everyone, how ya doing? Hey Jonah boy, hey Donovan. I saw that you did the brutal P rank. That's insane. That's genuinely wild. Mason, hey, what's up? It's been a while. Yeah, it kind of has. It has been a bit of a while. So yeah, this is gonna be a relatively short one this time around. Just gonna I kind of did the thing that I wanted to do. So I mean, in the last few streams, I pretty much took like one shot from essentially like starting just animation to taking it all the way to like finished stuff. And let me see if I can just put that up. Open recent. Oh god, that was a while ago. Oh, I think it's this one. Yes. Yeah. Yeah, let me just... And boom. Very long week, to be honest. Oh man. Has it? Like, oh, what's been going on? At the very least, it's sort of like the end of the week now. So, you know, you made it. Congratulations, sailor. You made it to Friday. Yeah. But yeah. So, in the last couple streams, we did this. So yeah, Mason, that's what you missed out on. But that's how it's looking. You wish people made like source filmmaker videos, the Deadlock cast, hanging out with the TF2 mercs. I could see it. I could see it. I see the vision. I like the idea of it. Honestly, the Deadlock characters have just the same amount of like characterization as the TF2 mercs, so I could definitely see that being like a real thing. Got to get the winglet on that. See if I can call him up. Like, bro, it's time. I don't know what you're making currently, but you got to make this. So yeah, we pretty much took this from like, you know, starting animation to pretty much like almost final state, and including lighting and stuff, which is gonna tank things a little bit. Wait, where'd it go? The scene is still there. Hang on a sec. Open. I don't really realize it changed. Yeah, there we go. Oh my god. All right, thought I lost that for a second. I did not. So, final shot looks a little bit like this. Can't really play it back though, because the playback's not going to be great. Actually, I suppose what I might... Oh! Brother, please. No. I swear every single time. No, you. Whatever you think you're doing, stop it. It's going to be like a big moment. It's going to be like, yeah, I did this. It looks so good. No. The miscellaneous, it would be so great if it's just, let's just make it so, nothing works properly. Yeah, that's good. That's good. Why you that way? There we go. See, you just need to be coerced into doing the right thing. Boom. Doorman and Heavy being a cool duel. Ooh. I think the Doorman and the Medic would really get along. Maybe Doorman would also fall for Heavy. That'd be crazy. Yeah. Actually, what I suppose I can do is... put in... Because I haven't put this in just yet. And I think I can chuck it in as like a cool example of stuff. But if I get a plane, just to finish this off, things are going to get a lot more loosey-goosey from now on, because I've kind of got a whole shot that's just... Yeah, things will be a lot less sequential from now on, I'm thinking. Why are you in the lighting section? Get out. Get out. Go to your room. Where are you? In there. Stay there. Dynamo and Sniper being chill with each other because John Lowry... Oh my god, your brain! You're so correct about that. Your mind. That's crazy. Alright, I'm pretty sure that's just gonna make them all, like, fall. Okay. Right. Want that to start... there, I think. 64. So that's 64. What I'm gonna do is the blood splatter. And it's gonna end about 84. But no, I could... Yeah, no, that'd be fun. Apologies, I'm severely lacking in terms of everything today. I gotta get all my stuff straight. Okay, what am I doing here? Emit from faces. So if I can remember this, if I just reduce it to like 0, is that gonna stop? Is that still falling? It's still falling. Okay. I want gravity to not. None. Thank you. So it just kind of fills up like that. And let's reduce that, because 1,000 is crazy. Then what I want to do is I want to get some blurred. I want the bloods. Because there's a lot. What I'm going to do here, just reduce that down. Is that in lights again? Oh, okay, no. Leave. Go be with your friends. No, that'd be good. I got a friend who's like obsessed with Dynamo and Dual Lock and like a lot of Deadlock stuff. That's Pybon. They're currently going through their phase with like, you know, Drifter and Doorman. I could get them involved on stuff. Yeah, give me a breakbeat for that, please. The gravel looks like Stracofoam. What's Stracofoam? It ain't gonna look like that for long, though. We just have the semicircles that have appeared here. They're circling like sharks. Let me just... Yeah, we're just gonna make him bleed gravel. Gonna go straight into it. Right, give him my blood spatter. So I'll just load that in. Then hit me with that. And I want that to be closest. Yes, yes. Oh, the white thing you see in packages. Oh. So like styrofoam? Do you guys call it stracofoam elsewhere? That's kind of crazy. Alright. So we got that. Now I wanna... Oops, not that. Where the hell is my... Oh, it's one of these. How the hell do I do this again? Render as... Oh my god, I'm an idiot. There we go, object. I want this one. In my plane. So that's going to bring those in like that, and I won't even need to rotate them. Let's go. Yeah, I just scale them up. And I believe I just set this emitter to be like invisible, and then I got my blood splatter, and that's pretty much how I do it. Oh no, never mind. Oh, okay, and then I just gotta scale randomness, increase that, and then I guess with rotation I can just kind of be like, nah, you whoop, not that. I want that to be global, or normal. Whoa. Oh no, okay. X, yes. No, stop it. They don't seem to get it. Object, yes, please. Wait. Alright, I'm gonna do that, and I'm just gonna do this until I get something that works. No. How do I lock this on certain angles? How do they do this? Wait, that's good. It's rotating on the right angle. I just needed to not do that, so I guess I can do this. With Blender, the answer is always the stupidest thing you can think of. It's a fantastic program for people who just like to solve things in the wildest ways possible. There we go. And now I just set that to... I'll make that a... Line... The typing's getting strange because it is really, really bloody cold where I'm at right now. Yes! There we go. So that should... Whoa! Beautiful. I just need to stop it from shadowing itself. So that's kind of cool. How's it looking with the light? Ooh. Ooh. That solves it? Yeah, I guess yeah, it does. It does solve it. Like it's working on like an instance thing, so if you've got like the rotation that's like weird and you can't line it up properly, if you just rotate the thing itself, like not the object, but like the geometry of it, Blender goes like, oh, okay, so we pull it from this now. So you can just solve things that way. It's crazy. So now what I can do is now I've got that, I can just put smaller instances of it everywhere else. And then delete keys because I always forget to delete keys. That solves it? Huh, yeah, I know. Blender, I swear Blender works on troll physics sometimes. It's just sort of like, I feel like Blender is the kind of program where if you just put like, you know, if you set like a rain thing and then set like, yeah, if you create like a rain particle and then, you know, created like some oil type thing that reacts in that way to rain, you would just make characters float. If you had Blender pick up one thing and then it picks up another thing over and over and over again, it would fly. That's how you invent flight in Blender. Alright. I can duplicate that one. I probably need to call it something other than particle settings.002, so that's just blood. Here. Yes, exactly. Reduce the number of that, so because it's not like, you know, huge def or anything, so let's hit him there. And I'll just make that the radius of like where that is. Then blood starts hitting the ground there. Oh, I need less even. That's good. So I'll make that 85. And 93. Hehe. I know. Blood looks great, by the way. Yeah, this is such a simple little solution, and it's always amazing when it works. Like, I use this for Devil May Quake as well, so... But that one had, like, some serious stuff. I, like, put it all over the geometry and things. This is not exactly going to cover up everything, or it could. Maybe. Let's try. What happens if we do this? That is the wrong way. Why did you put it that way? If I get that so it just goes over the top of the geometry. Like so. What happened? Oh! It worked! Yeah, I pretty much did that for Devil May Quake. Alright, that I was not expecting that to work. Especially considering the fact that's like object coordinates, so that's kind of cool. So normal tangent, I gotta remember that. It's good stuff. Like, yeah, so if I do that, maybe I can change the seed and get something that looks a bit nicer. That looks cool. I'm kind of fine with it, like, overlapping and doing stuff like that. I don't really mind that. Speaking of blood, have you heard of the Bloodborne movie? I have. I did a genuine double take when I was just like, yeah, oh, okay, they're making a Bloodborne animated movie, and Jacksepticeye is the director. I'm like, seriously? We're really going full Iron Lung with this now. Also, I didn't see Sony remembering that Bloodborne exists. If they point to this as the reason why we still haven't got a PC port, though, I'm going to be pressed. This is like, come on, man, you can't justify it as that. Yeah, just increase the amount of that. Whoa. Yeah, let's do that. Ugh. That's very obviously a square. So maybe I can do this and just kind of shape it out. But no, more reason than ever to actually, like, you know, go back and play through Bloodborne again. Sony have remembered it exists. It's a day of celebration. Yeah, let's ship that out to that. Why not? Hang on a second. Whomst is this? Okay. Oh. Did I do? Oh, I did. I messed up. I made that a bit too high. There we go. Making plans to play it. If you can, you should, like, immediately. It's probably one of the best From games, just like in general. And if you haven't played it and you do have the chance to not know anything about the story, make sure you don't know anything about the story. Because the way it's revealed is genius. Like, it's fantastic. When Bloodborne first came out, no one had any idea about what was going on. They just thought, oh, a funny game with werewolves, I guess. That's pretty cool. And then the game just revealed the rest of itself to everything, and it blew people's minds. Nowadays, like, everyone knows about it, but if you don't know about it, continue to not know about it until you play through it. Like, that's so important. That's gonna hit 95, so yeah. Only kind of dies in sequence in this. I kind of actually did a good job with that. I was worried everything was going to be badly timed. 105. Oh, 97. Next that one's kind of quickly. More of those. Whoa! Oh, that's a different one. Oh no! I applied it to the wrong one. I didn't set it up. You had the game already? Okay, yeah, you gotta jump in on that. Haven't played much though? Get in like right now. What are you doing? This is second one of the content. Trust me, Bloodborne deserves your attention. That's thank you, Blender. Very cool. Yeah. The movie be 2D or 3D animated? I'm thinking it's probably going to be 3D. I wouldn't mind it if it was 2D though. 2D would be really cool. I'm just, yeah, kind of stunned they decided to go with animation for it. And maybe if they're going with like animation of like a different kind of style, if they're going for like a more realistic style, like a motion capture style, that would go crazy. Actually, no. Yo, hang on. If they went with a motion capture type style, they could really lean into like the uncanny valley of it, because like the whole thing about Bloodborne is the fact you're sort of like, oh, the whole tagline is like, oh, you face your fears, and it's like scary and spooky and ooky and creepy. If they did like the Monster House Polar Express style like motion capture stuff, that would fit the tone weirdly well. Because Bloodborne does kind of use a lot of the... It leans into the hyperreal in order to make everything look more disturbing and more crazy and like more unsettling to the human eye, like you're watching things you shouldn't be able to watch. Motion capture would be perfect for that. And honestly, I'd take any excuse to get like more movies like Monster House. They'll do the cinematic trailer art style. What is the cinematic trailer art style? I'm talking about like it's the closest thing I could sort of think of to that. Never mind, I got nothing. What is the cinematic trailer art style? Good God, I'm hopeless today. Boom, boom, boom. Oh. The blurred. Haven't seen the trailer. What? What? The trailer for what? Have they already released a trailer for it? They just did it. It's just in the... Oh, right. Okay, all right. Yes, so more in line with like it, like a Final Fantasy kind of thing. Because that I think is like the closest thing I can think of when I think of that. Is the yeah, it's their unique brand of like doing like hyperreal cinematics and stuff. Oh no, don't do that. Okay. Oh, I need another one. You're a new thing. Jesus, this one's wide. Thoughts on the current Overwatch updates for Season 2? Apparently a ton of characters got nerfed. Oh, did they? I haven't actually been keeping up with what's been happening with Overwatch, because honestly, I'm still kind of recovering from my like severe Overwatch addiction from like, 2019, I think, where it consumed my life like utterly. Like it was genuinely over for me. I was a hardcore Zen main. I didn't actually play like comp or anything, but I was still like so deep in it. That actually goes like over there. Okay. I see. But it is kind of interesting to hear that Overwatch has been getting good again and is being like, actually like good to... Yeah, it's been wild to see Overwatch like actually improve as a game. There you are. Maybe you turn up. But there was a point in time where I was watching all the stuff with Overwatch 2 happen, and every single time something bad happened with Overwatch 2, I was just like rejoicing. Because it was bad. So like every excuse I saw to not play Overwatch was just a huge relief to me. Did not play Overwatch much. Good. Don't. Trust me, it ain't worth it. Extremely well designed, but like, oh my god. All the stuff that's been happening in like Overwatch 2 is just, it kind of feels like it's massively overwhelming too. I jumped back in for Overwatch Classic because I kind of had to, and I was just like, man, I actually kind of missed this. Very dangerous thought to have. Let's make it so that's it. The problem is that a lot of the new characters are so... Okay, no, sorry. Whoa. There we go, right. Problem is that a lot of the new characters are so overtuned, there's like almost no reason to play the original cast. That's true. I still play the original. I mean, it is kind of like wild to go from like a character who's just like, he rolls and has a gun that shoots, and then he shoots the gun real good, to here is a magical space ninja from the past and also the future, who is a cyber terrorist who can turn into Unreal Engine 5 and immediately blitz you down, and here is their best friend. It is a gigantic... It's just a big panda. We just put a big panda in the game. He just rolls at people. Here is another thing. And it's like, right, okay. This is fine, this is fine, this is good. When are you gonna put Mama Hong in the game? Remember that, like, old, like, Overwatch character that they were showing, like, the... They were showing the stuff of, like, here's, like, the process of, like, hero development and things like that. And then one of them was just this woman who looked like the Kung Fu Hustle landlady named Mama Hong as, like, a potential hero. And I believe one of her special abilities was just called manslaughter. At this point in time, Blizzard, it's time. We need Mama Hong more than anything. Yeah, okay. That's gonna do it. And then I just crank that up a bit more. Oh, that's way too cranked. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, look it up. That's real. Make that 200. Not just talking like nonsense there, even though it is pretty much nonsense. That's real. All right. Okay, so we've kind of painted that world red. Not bad. Okay. Okay, now this shot's pretty much done. Just needed to do that last bit. But yeah. Actually, maybe I can... Oh, I need the other thing. Not this. Camera leave. Yeah. Stop, I'm animating. Why are you live now? Because I'm always live at this time. Always live at this time, Vincent. You know this. At the very least, I ain't at the top of my game. This is just a very low effort type thing. Very much in a second monitor mode at the moment. Gonna gain rabies. And you haven't already. Yeah, you missed the boat on that one. You gotta jump in. That's what we doing now. We all missed COVID collectively, so fuck it. We get rabies now. Send in the rats. Okay. Oh, no, no, oh, God. Oh, okay. Whoa. Blender kind of stuck my mouse in a position. It was unfortunate. There we go. Boom, boom. Okay, nice. Right. That's now pretty much done. Not the rats. Remember them from when you were in the psych ward? Oh no. From the rubber room? The rubber room? With rats? I'm not gonna lie, rats are kind of chill like that. I don't know, man. They make me kind of crazy. But no, rats are chill. If you ain't chill with rats, I don't know. I don't have a lot of rat experience. We sort of have rats in Australia. It's mostly just mice. Just get into everything. They find where your biscuits are, and then they notify the rest of the mice, and like they're like the horde. They communicate to each other that way. I'm opening this thing. They do the thing from like 101 Dalmatians where they do the big bark and they like communicate through that way. But it's just like, hey yo, we found the Tim Tams! They can't even do a big bark, they just kind of squeak. The squeak just goes through things. Alright. So that's the shot that's happening like immediately after the one that we just saw. It cuts to this. The Rat King be like? What, the giant rat? What, the one who makes all the rules? Well, I sure hope they're not getting up to any kind of trouble. Yeah, even just from the layout here, there's a lot of stuff we can do here. I duplicated that for some reason. Let me just get rid of that. We don't need you here. Right, so I got that one there, and I believe if I make changes to you, you're not going to make changes to the other one. Fabulous. Excellent. Okay, so I did that correctly. It's always a gamble when I'm trying to duplicate like animated stuff and move it into this animation thing. Because I never know if it's going to work or if it's going to misbehave or if it's going to crash everything. Sometimes it just crashes everything. It's not what you think it is. Then what is it? What am I thinking? I don't know what to think. Never have. Is this one tied to the right thing? To go through and make sure everything's tied to the right thing. I would have done this like before, but I wasn't thinking straight. Okay. Control 002. Can I just grab it from here? Oh, I can. Nice. Is it inverse? Where are you? Why are you there? Who told you could... No. Get back there. Let me just hide the... Get back on him. There we go. Okay, it's all together. What is the % chance of Blender just crashing? It kinda happens out of nowhere all the time. It's difficult to really kinda explain, but it just happens. Usually when you least expect it. Sometimes you just kind of do something that's stupid, and Blender goes, no, that's stupid, why would you do that? But the truth is, Blender does a lot of things that's very stupid, so you just kind of have to work to within its rules of stupid. It's just like, right, okay, so if I turn this thing to change it up, then that is acceptably stupid. But if I duplicate this in this way, then that is not acceptably stupid. You just kind of have to predict the stupid. Jordan random stuff. Eye of Ra. What eye? Where is the eye? Okay, what am I doing? Alright, I want to do this. So sort of... They've jumped from that position. So if I... Yeah. I don't think to really check the previous scene. I'm just like, right, okay, so... Jumped from there. Then we land the shots, and then we sort of dash out. You have a question, Jordan? What's up? Oh man, I'm predicting things way in advance. I'm communicating before things even show up on the screen. It's okay. I guess I can just see the future. that and remove everything else. Does GPU really matter for Blender? Yes. In a short answer, yeah, it really does. It's not like previous, it's not like other standard softwares for like animation where CPU really matters, because like they were sort of built, they were like architectured before GPU was like a major thing and like a necessary thing. But since Blender was sort of designed with the gamers in mind and was actually originally, like, I believe at one point in time it was actually a game engine, GPU stuff is really heavy in Blender. So yeah, you do need a decent-ish GPU to sort of do stuff for Blender. Which is a little bit annoying, but that's just the way it be. Right. I'm gonna make it so that you haven't actually... You're looking that way, but you haven't actually got the arm up just yet. So we're still going to be in the process of like swinging that thing up. Let's do that. Dang, I don't know. I just try my best to animate Blender for the first time, but it just lags because my frames... Oh, it's gonna do that. It's gonna be impossible. Well, not impossible, but it's going to be quite annoying. A GPU is going to make that like better. There are things you can do to sort of alleviate those things, like probably don't animate when you're in like, you know, material view. I'm actually using the viewport view, but I've just set everything so it just uses texture, and then instead of using studio lighting, because I can't see anything in this, I set it to flat. And then under cavity, I've sort of added this like soft shadow effect. And it means I can see what's going on. It also makes it look a bit more like Source Filmmaker. So, you know, I'm back in the building again. Right. Grab that. Probably not. I might actually not even need to do blocking on this. Normally I would do this in like a stepped way, so I would take the keys here and then put them in stepped, so that they sort of snap from pose to pose. So if I did that, then we'd get that. But honestly, I don't think we even need to do that. Like, that's what I would normally do if I was doing a shot for, like, you know, proper industry stuff. But maybe we don't need to do that at all. So I'm gonna break the law and do straight ahead, which is just animating as you go. Let's see, where's my guy at? Oh, okay, so he's up there. What's the best one for potato computer? Really depends on how potatoey your computer is. Blender's actually kind of well optimized for a lot of things if you know how to sort of get around its settings. I don't actually know too much about its settings. That's probably gonna have to be someone else's. So I don't know, some tech YouTube will probably explain that like way better than I ever really could. Let's swing that out there. Sort of lined up this piercing shot. It's gonna hit real hard. That's about where it needs to be. If I check this, whoop. Stop it. Needs to be about there. Okay. What I can do So I can try to line that up. So that's where it is in the layout. So I can really, really mess up V1's whole thing. And then kind of fit the body so it is messed up less. I think that might work good. Just afraid if you want to tweak it. That's true. However, I don't think you can really like break Blender settings too easily, or at least there'll always be like a way to sort of like get it back to where it used to be. If I look in the settings, hang on. Don't really need the gun to be fully lined up, right? I don't, but it does work better with what I've sort of done here because I put a plane out there. Okay, yeah, probably gonna have to reline up the plane. Ooh. Because that's where the gun is fired, kinda. Maybe I can actually just pull that out like that. So that shot lands. But this is going to be like a slow motion kind of thing. Like that is definitely not slow motion. Like what is that? What have you done? Like no. Stop it. Get some help. That's not bad. I suppose I can kind of do that as sort of like the midpoint of the slow motion. I need to think about like what I want the motion to look like while traveling into it, and then figure out how it's going to travel from there. So it might actually be smarter if I go here and then just for now go right. So body's traveling this way, and then afterwards I kind of need them to... They're going to recover like this, so they're going to sort of like arc their body like that. This leg's going to come out. Oh, wait, no. This leg's going to come out. As you can see, this is... we're working final poses right now. The audience will see this. It's just hitting the MJ right now. Will the style bar be a part of the animation? Yes, actually. I'm planning on making that a thing. It'll be an interesting way of like putting it in, because I'm planning on putting it in through impact frames. Like having the actual style bonuses of what's going on, like in the impact frames behind V1 when they do things. And I got an artist who can do that. Their name is Sugarflow. They regularly post the most insane things I've ever heard on Twitter. They're great. I like them a lot. So I need to get in contact with them again and be like, yo, I got these ideas. Let's make them happen. But I gotta have like finished things first. That's where that starts. So... sort of arcing across. So we started there. And then we're going to ignore the concept of physics. Oh, that's kind of better. I don't mind, that's kind of better. Then we're going to have that turn in that way. And I don't need to have the head so tilted that way then. They just giving themselves a good old schneef. Now I can figure out like what's going to be the coolest way to put this head. Like the tilt there is nice. but also there's good too. Sometimes you can just go kind of insane with it, but I don't really want to do that, so let's do that. Or that. That's... Let's get the head down now. Favorite thing about the Devil May Quake video was the style bar. Yeah, that was a fun one. I put that in by just kind of like, right, I think this would be really cool if I just put the style bar in, but it also, like, the whole thing was, it was a Devil May Cry. Oh my god, Devil May Cry. Why am I talking like that? It was a Devil May Cry thing. So like, the way I did the camera in Devil May Quake was essentially the same way the camera works in the in Devil May Cry 5. Like right down to like a lot of the individual mannerisms. There's like the ending thing where the camera zooms in twice. That's like obviously like super DMC, but like all of it was very, very... I took a ton of reference. And I made a lot of references to like how they do things in DMC5, like on a mechanical level. Because I thought that would be fun. TK, what's up? I'm making references to you before the thing even shows up on the screen. Yeah, we're back in latency hell. But how's the progress going? It's going okay-ish. This is going to be a bit of a shorter stream, following on from what we did like last stream, where we pretty much finished up that one shot. Now we're going to be, yeah, I'm gonna be taking it as it comes. I'm just going to be working on stuff like as I go. But yeah, progress is going okay. Right now we're working on this bit. And slow motion's always a bit of a tricky one. What are you doing? Because a lot of it actually does come down to how you want to time everything out, time your splines out and things like that. Keep freezing up. So maybe if I just move that head down there, like we can get a bit loose with it. Is it a Deadpool reference? It's not. It's a I thought this would be cool reference. But I guess it can be a Deadpool reference. Oh, no wonder I'm working like camera blind. I need this. I need my camera back. Oh lord. There we go. Now I got the camera back. I can see what I'm doing. Multiple headshots to one bullet, yeah. I thought this would be a really cool way of showcasing like the slab piercer. However, this is not the slab model. Slab model needs to go in. It only takes one bullet. Amazing reference. He the one who killed them Husk brothers. With all 7 of them with one bullet. Genuinely amazing film. I think my favorite thing about Rango is that it's a film that was almost entirely improvised. They basically got all the voice actors like in a big room and just told them to go wild with it and do whatever the hell kind of weird ass bits they wanted to do. Voice impression. Yeah. Hey, I like doing voice stuff. It's fun to do voice stuff. I was a drama kid. Of course I like doing voice stuff. Literally no surprise there. Even though that was like not a great impression. That was just a off the cuff kind of momentary thing. Zero, what's up? How you doing? How's your day? How's your night? Oh god, no, that's way too much. If I made that 40, however. Okay, that's kind of working. You were awaiting the stream. Well, no need to wait. I did say every Saturday, even when I wasn't entirely feeling like being, you know, the content creator and everything, so something I gotta work through. I'll push that out like that. Kinda don't really know what I want to do with this shot, so I'm just doing whatever. How do I feel about Smiling Friends ending? I think it's actually a good thing. I think that series should end. I think they should have definitive like start and end points, even if it's like a sequential thing. Like we're so used to shows going on for 7 or 8 seasons, especially animated shows, and it don't work that way. Like you can't work on an animated show for that long. Eventually you'll start to run out of ideas, or things will just start not working out, or you'll just get burnt out on the concept, which is pretty much what happened with that's pretty much what happened with Zach. It's just like, I was enjoying this, now I'm not sure if I'm enjoying it anymore. Marvel caused that. Marvel caused a lot of things. Marvel's not a good name in the both the VFX and the animation industry, because like, oh god, what do you mean we have to do all this stuff like all the time? Like Marvel sort of consume industry studios like some kind of spreading plague. They just kind of take up all the work from them, and usually the people behind the projects are just the worst. They have absolutely no idea how the actual process for making VFX and animation actually goes. Because they're just told, we have this quota, we need to hit this quota by Richard Mouse. And so they will do everything in their power to do it. But they will do it in just like the stupidest way ever. Like sometimes it's just like, you know, some supervisor who's just an executive wearing like a suspiciously accurate human skin mask of a supervisor. Comes in and is just like, hey, great job, everyone. This is looking so good. I love the direction you've taken with this shot. Can we get 15 different variations of it in the next 2 weeks, please? So the whole studio shits itself. They go nuts trying to make sure everything gets done, and then they barely manage to scrape by to the deadline, and then the same guy comes back and is just like, I don't know, guys. This is looking into pretty rough shape. I thought it was going to be ready by now. I don't know. We're going to have to cut even more funding. I don't know. Yeah, rinse and repeat that for the last 8 years, and that's what Marvel's done to everything. What about like Invincible? Is that an exception? I think we're very clearly seeing what happens when you drag an animated show out, and then don't give it the attention, budget, time, or well, it's got a hell of a budget. Actually, I can't say that. It's got a hell of a budget. This is what happens when you extremely mismanage a show. You get people who you basically, in order to make sure that you can keep up with stuff, and Invincible is like, the episodes are an hour long, which is nuts, or like 45 minutes long, which is insane for like animation. Like, you're going to have compromises in order to actually make sure the vision is possible, which is the reason why everyone's being just like, oh, it's just a bunch of floating PNGs, and it's like, yeah, because they don't need to move more than that. Like, not everything has to be Mappa. They gotta actually, like, you know, pay their animators to do something. They can't just chain them to their desks like they do with a lot of, like, anime production. Oh, man. How's this working? One Piece. Yeah, exactly. You remember what One Piece used to look like before, you know, all the Wano stuff happened? And, like, all the really good stuff? They learned how to outsource animators and things like that? They got the French involved in it? Remember what it used to look like? Because, oh god, I do. Best show to watch if you wanted to watch a bunch of guys, a bunch of panning shots of people, out of breath for 20 minutes. Okay, what's going on here? What are you? Brother. Ugh. No. That's gross. All right. Teach me your ways of animating. I'm trying to do that. I'm trying to make it happen. This is why I'm like doing this, so I can like kind of show how I do thing and like encourage people to do the same. VFX studios are like, yeah, Disney doesn't understand animation and the deadline. Disney have never understood anything actually. Or the new Disney never have. Yeah, current corporate Disney, gotta be one of the most incompetent companies. Like, they're really good at making a ton of money, and that's about it. Which means they're extremely successful as a company, but everybody hates them. VFX studios are also underpaid, which sucks. Yeah, I know. It's not a great place to be. Working in the industry, they very much go like, right, you gotta have the passion for it, because you will be misused, and you also won't get paid very well at all. So you really just gotta, you know, thug it out, pretty much. I'm saying this as someone who hasn't even worked in a VFX studio. I've just seen the horror stories, and also I can appropriate it from what I've experienced from like doing animation. Invincible only has 4 key animators for the entirety of season 4. Oh my god, what? Yeah, no, you can't. Don't do that. That's bad. I mean, well, it depends. Like, if they're lead animators, then that's a different story. Because leads kind of dictate how everything goes. They dictate, like, you know, they're the people who set, like, the initial, like, key poses and stuff. They're the people who are also in charge of making sure that the junior and, like, mid-level animators know what they're doing. That actually looks kind of cool. Oh, I like that. That looks kind of cool. All right. So actually, the less lead key animators you have, the kind of the less lead animators you have, the better the thing is, because then you're not getting contradicting opinions, and it sort of remains the vision of like one particular senior. However, if you've only got that many keys for something that is as enormous as Invincible, then that's... Ooh. Invincible just kind of needs to stop hiring very big voice actors for small roles. Have they been doing that? Like, I haven't been keeping up with Invincible, but I'm aware of the fact that they hire a lot of, like, really big guys, but that's mostly just Amazon being just like, we need to throw in the stars. We gotta chuck in all the stars. Which is an extremely Hollywood thing. Like, they're convinced that, you know, audiences will will refuse to watch what they want to put out, and will continue to sort of eat paste in the corner if you don't put Sydney Sweeney in the role. And that's been a story throughout, like, all of Hollywood. Animations are now just random stuff. Go, brother. Look, that's good. As long as you're making stuff. That's the important part. Is TTMR possible with accurate hitboxes? I don't have accurate hitboxes. I ain't got any of that. My hitboxes are extremely narrow. My hurtboxes are basically non-existent. When I start doing IRL stuff, which may happen in the future, because I do need to sort of show referencing and how I do thing in animation, and it's a lot of, like, acting out what I do. You will see exactly what the hitboxes and hurtboxes are like. Alright, I got an idea for this. So for this shot, I kind of want gun to be pushed back. Even though it's in slow motion, I want it to be fast. Boom, like that. Because it is the Piessa shot after all. And then on the recoil, hand goes up. And then I'm gonna do a fun little trick here that I loved during Pyro, doing on, like, Hybro stuff. Like that. And then it's gonna make it so that it sort of hangs there. So it's still in slow motion. So that all just happened really, really quickly. And then it just kind of hangs. I continue to rotate upwards and then maybe bring that hand down. Like that. Aaron Paul was in Invincible for 2 episodes. Oh no. Jesse. I've created the Super Soldier Jesse. 99% pure. Man, I got no idea what happens in Invincible, dude. I'm cooked. In that one frame. Like that. Yo, dude, if I can have some maps, can I get better at animating? That depends. You won't get... But look. Your setting doesn't matter when it comes to animation. There's a reason why, like, a lot of the real big guys, whenever they do sort of like portfolio stuff, they almost have nothing in the environment. Ooh, don't like the way that's moving. In fact, if you have, like, you know, more distractions and stuff, you're going to get worse results, not better results. You know, I don't like that one at all. Get out of there. Then I kind of want that recoil to go like through the body, so I'm gonna have that start there and like push the body that way. And have the head sort of react to that as well. So it starts there. So to prevent any sort of overlap from occurring. Like there, and that is there. So there to there, I need to fix up the head and then kind of not have that really recover like that, but kind of keep moving in that direction. Maybe tilt up. And have the head sort of be pulled along with whatever's happening there. So that needs to go there. Don't raise that, actually lower that. And like roll up, so then that goes up like that. But maybe faster. I can take that and like retime all that stuff. Only animation studio who like understands is like Glitch Productions. That depends. I am actually astonished that they have the grip on the industry that they currently do. But they did have a little bit of a scandal a while ago about some of the rates they were paying their animators. I think since then it's kind of like petered out. They also do a lot of outsourcing. And outsourcing is very, very, very useful if you want good results without like staff abuse. Yeah, that's smooth. Like that. Yeah, okay. And then just as a sake of continuity, I want that to have a little bit more of a reaction, but I don't actually want that to mess with the trajectory of what's going on here. So maybe I can just... Oh, I got it. I can do this. So that point from there, which is where that ends and where this begins. I'm going to make it so about 35 will have the body tilt that way. And that'll pull the hand along with it. as well. And then... yeah. That'll roll that way, and then as that's rolling, the head will still be pulled along with it, so the head will go back like that. V1 can't stabilize right now. He could be flying around in the spin. I think so? Oh, don't do that. You stop that. Didn't actually know what you meant by that, sorry. Oh. If V1 could enrage, what would cause that? Probably what happened at the end of, like, 4-4. Like, if anything's gonna piss off V1, it's gonna be the fact that, like, the attempt at a fair duel, or... oh, wait, no, that'd be, like, 1-4, I think. It would be the fact that, the fight ended before they wanted it to end. And they were just like, they ran away! V2 ran away, what the hell? I can imagine V1 was, like, pissed after that. Come back and fight me, coward. Oh god, what have I done? V2 using V1 coins will probably make V1 enraged. Yup. That too. Like, taking their tactics and using them against them, that would probably drive them mad. I don't think like V1 could... I don't think anything could make them angry, honestly. They are simply too chill. The lowest cortisol denizen of hell. Ooh. Let's do that. Yeah. We'll raise that up, maybe see how that goes. Cool. Have you heard the theory that V1 is French? I'm sorry? Why French? Sorry, that's genuinely insane. Would you I mean, I can understand it. I mean, considering, you know, the appreciation for artistry, the flamboyancy, the bloodlust, all very French, French traits, but wow, okay, all right. Does that mean the French are just naturally very good at parrying? Is that their thing now? Can the French just parry? So we saw in Expedition 33. Apparently, like, the most French way of dealing damage is by hitting it back at people. When are we putting him in the canvas? Basically, the end of the Earth Mover fight, a style mover says something in French. Doesn't it say, like, raison d'être? Which is just, like, reason to be? Because it's like, yeah, you've just defeated your reason for existence. But that is... Oh my god. It'll be the V models are all French. I mean, all the robots from the old war... From the forgot the hell what it's called. The big one. I'm just gonna call it the big one. All the robots from the big one they all have specific countries that were sort of like the things that made them. The Japanese made the Earth Movers. So did the V model? Did France develop the V models? We're hitting levels of thought here, not previously thought possible. Does that mean that the French are the natural counter to the Japanese? Honestly, I could see it. This actually kind of makes sense. It's weird that it makes sense, but it does. Okay, with the wings added onto that, whatever the heck I've done here is no longer applicable. You're just going to be moving the whole time. What's happening with it? Oh, God! I've answered my own question. I looked directly into the face of the abyss. It was bad. Stop it. Get some help. Guys, the terminals are French. And the terminals are a unique to hell thing, too. Is hell French? Oh my god. Hell was actually created by the French. Right, so Dante's Inferno is Italian. So actually the concept of hell being French is entirely possible. Can't believe this. We're discovering many, many new things about the world. Oh god, what the hell did I just do? Whatever I did have here, I've now completely lost it. That just... Why are you like that? What's causing you to do that? This is all, like, evened out. Oh, it's because you're not evened out. You need to go like there. But even then, that doesn't make sense. Why he look that way? I used to think the V1 was American because it would try to spend that much money on a single machine. What the hell is... What did I just do? Okay, alright. Maybe I can... Alright. No. I'm gonna need you to stop doing that, actually. Please. I don't like anything that's going on here, so I'm just gonna remove whatever's on 35 and try to work with it from there. God is French. God could be French. It would make sense if God was French. Well, I created the people in my image and all they have done is murder each other. I guess I could, how you say, drown them a little bit of a warning. Maybe. Oh god, they still don't get it. Send in the boy. Why is the head doing this? Why are you doing this? Okay. Realized we can make blood-fueled machines. Also, we are all time how? Exactly. Are we all time travelers? And we can make blood-fueled machines. Unfortunately, it's not a solo thing. Blood-fueled machines are possible. They're made by women. You're one of them. The country is in debt after V1 spent all of our money on throwing coins everywhere. Is that the reason why? Don't worry, we'll just send another $2 trillion to V1. Actually, you know what? I'd rather my tax money go towards V1. My tax money doesn't go towards anything in America, thank goodness, but if it did, I'd be like, I'd prefer it to go to the funny murder robot, honestly. We time travel, but forwards. Oh my god. We are time travelers. We travel at 1 second per second. Oh no, why has he got the wiggles? Please stop having the wiggles. Wanting something related to you. I just wanted to do something fun. Are we even gonna see this? Kinda. We're kinda gonna see it. I actually do need to make it decent. Or maybe I don't. Oh no, we really do see it. Actually, doesn't look... That looks better. Alright. Let's put this in at random intervals and see what looks best. Oh, okay, not that. Maybe 24. Nope. It's this one. That one looks the best. Send the Lucifer to the hell for the funnies. We run a very good business here in Evan. All of my angels love me. They love the things that I do. I love my children. They are very good. Lucifer, tell me, I value your opinion. What do you think of Daft Punk? What do you mean you prefer Skrillex? Ugh. Turn my nose up at you. How dare you? How dare you say such a thing? Suggest a dubstep in the house of the Lord. Down to hell you go. Yes, son, Z1. V1 in French would be Z1. Okay, alright. I need to figure out how to do like the Sam impression. Like V1's silly like computer voice. Cause I can't sort of get it out like this. I don't know. I don't actually know how to sort of like do it. But it's got that like really interesting like tone to it. This kind of like round. V1 kind of rounds out their words like this. Something like that. I'm gonna animate these guys getting blasted in the first. Oh. Take it back, I don't like any of it. Alright. I take those elements, this element here, and just dragged it that way a bit more. And then, what did I get there? It was like there. Put it there. And then instead of having that there, I'll just kind of remove it. I'll make that there. By the way, you can use Better Sam for the voice. It's a browser thing. Oh no. Oh, that's simply too accessible. No, you can't tell me these things. That's dangerous. Alright, what's going on with you? Why do you look in that way? Stop it. Get out there. Wake up, get out there. There we go. I'm just gonna have to take that, I think. Looks acceptable. And it's not good to always chase perfection in animation. Now, what I want to do is, I know the next shot's going to be this way, so I'm going to try angling this stuff so we can go into that next pose. We're gonna try to even this up. And this leg's gonna come forwards. That one's gonna go back a bit. And that's gonna happen there. With the Sam voice, you can make each word in a specific tone, and then try not to make it like transition to the next. Ooh, okay. Because I know I was experimenting with Sam for like some. I had some ideas for like some dumb little like shitpost animations. And I figured I could take Sam and just kind of like, you know, pitch shift it and basically make it sing. Which I thought would be really fun. The brighter V1. Okay. But the rumor that New Blood's the Faith is getting a movie. Wait, seriously? That's crazy. I was in like the starting process of like script writing. Oh my god. Yeah. I had no idea that Iron Lung was actually gonna like supercharge all this stuff, but it really has. That's kind of working. I like that. That's cool. All right. Need to figure out how these guys are going to get blasted. So what I'm thinking is that they're all going to turn and be like, whoa, and then the hit happens. Yeah. V1 does not know gun safety. Excuse me? I've seen too many of my peers get put on blast for not knowing how to gun. Even though I don't know what they are, and I've never seen a gun in real life, only in my dreams. We still on that, hang on. Alright, there you are. You get... We still on that trigger discipline. Oh man, should I actually put... You know what? That's stupid. I'm gonna do it. Let's make it so that it happens. That... And we'll just... This will be the one point in the animation where I actually bother to make V1 pull the trigger. Physically. Okay. I don't actually mind what's going on here. This is kind of cool. Oh, and this, they don't actually have the arm in this shot. So let me just hide that. Oh, I'm gonna have to maybe go and do that each time. Please don't crash. Thank you. Oh, actually, reminder. Yeah, save. And then increment. There we go. We're safe. Alright, that's not going to show up on the render, which is good. Oh, it's okay. Worth it, yeah. The sharpshooter in ultrakill is a reference to Revolver Ocelot. I would not be surprised. Or really any kind of gunslinger type thing. Anyone who can sort of bounce bullets like that. Because I don't know. It's like it's a perfect kind of thing for ultrakill. That weapon. But it also just fits in with V1 being a stylish little bastard. I'm throwing out that way. What? No, not yet. There's where it happens. So I just need to drag that up and put that there. There we go. There we go. But yeah, I know Revolver Ocelot does like, you know, the spinny revolver thingy, and he does the whole sort of like tricks and stuff. It'd be fun to animate, actually. But I don't think it was specifically Revolver Ocelot. From Software has the most games turning movie and TV show. Really? I know they're doing like an Elden Ring movie, but I didn't know they were doing like anything else. I mean, they're doing like a Sekiro animated series, I think. I knew about that. I just thought it was wild that they're starting with Elden Ring. I mean, like, Dark Souls is right there. Alright. Kojima has 3 movies being made. Of course Kojima does. Kojima just makes movies. Like, Death Stranding is pretty much just a movie. Same with like MGS4. They all just movies. He specifically he wants to blend, like, you know, the idea of, like, you know, games and movies being separate entities. It's just like, no, these should both be taken seriously as art forms because they both they can both benefit each other. Make it so this arm doesn't actually get there in time before they get blitzed. They're turning to see. Should you get Dark Souls 3? Yes. Absolutely. All the Froms are good. Which reminds me, I actually still need to... I haven't even started Armored Core. There's too many things going on. Wait, I want to make sure that's... I should really just do this one by one, so... That, I believe, won't let me select the... No, it won't. Ah, I don't have any selection sets. That's fine. But yeah, besides Dark Souls 2. Yeah. there are people who are, like, you know, vehement defenders of Dark Souls 2. I'm not really one of them. Because sometimes it's just, look, it's fine to have a game that is hard as long as it's not, like, frustratingly hard. Which is pretty much exactly what Dark Souls 2 is. Like, I always thought, like, the FromSoft games were going to be, like, you know, super tough gauntlets of crazy nonsense that, you know, it's just agonizing to get through. Until I played Bloodborne and realized I could just run past everyone. Like, it made the game so much more enjoyable. Dark Souls 2, they don't do that. They follow you to the ends of the earth. They literally will not stop. They're like the German thing of, like, I'm killing you. I'm gonna follow you and I'm gonna kill you. Like, man, there's some areas of Dark Souls 2 that is just straight up not enjoyable. Yeah, we're gonna do that, and then... Okay. How's this gonna work? I'm getting shot in the face. I'm just working through this in my head. Also, it's like a really big hit because it's the piercer shot. It's the slab piercer shot, so it's gonna like be way more than usual. So previous when I just got like shot in the head, I just kind of went like bonk like that. So this time around, what if I just kind of like it's physically pushing you back like that. I can sort of like work on it and try to figure out how to make this not terrible as I go. Oh god. No, that's gonna push that back there. So, well, that's moving. I'm gonna move that back like that. That's where the impact is. Impact is going to be actually head. Head's impact. And that starts to sort of move with it. Then that comes back. Oh, maybe it doesn't. No. Like that. So head snaps that way, so have it snap in. That won't move too much. Then we go here. Then that force from that is gonna bring the body back that way and the head back that way. That's happening way too quickly, and I don't like how floppy that looks. Tilt that in, tilt that back somewhere. Nah. Oh. Sometimes the muse just leaves you. Sometimes it's actually like you can physically hear the gods of like the Greek muses and the forces of creation go like, yeah, nah, king, you're on your own. Like, what is this? If this doesn't make you feel like, you know, better about the fact that, yeah, it is true that anyone can do this. Here's the hashtag relatable bit. Oh god. I would like stand up and do something, hang on. Yeah. Palm out. Shot in the face. Oh. I acted it out exactly once and I had an idea. So from here, I'm gonna really contort the body and like push it out like this. whilst also keeping the head in line like that. Make it really, really dramatic and stupid. Like, yeah, this is big hit. Do you know that Bloodborne had the same plot as Hollow Knight? It kind of does, but there's just enough things that I think Team Cherry did to sort of like, you know, differentiate themselves. It's still kind of very much the same because a lot of Souls-like stuff, in order to like really have a truly inhospitable world where everything hates you, you do need to have like some kind of berserk type event. Doing this. Idea of like, you know, just having neck snap that way. Yeah, okay. I can do that and then I make the rest of it slower. And then the body's kind of reacting to that, so that's the first hit. Then everything kind of barely moves from there because it's just these parts that are reacting to it. Boom, like that. And then the rest of the body kind of follows whatever happens there in like slow motion. So that's going to snap back that way. And then as that's snapping back, it's kind of gonna pull itself back. Like that, I think. And then, yeah. Let's grab that and drag it out for the entire length of it. But I want all the affected things to sort of start being in motion so I don't get that sort of weird, slow ramp-up effect. Because I hate that. Doesn't look good for this. And modifying all these tangents will take far too long, so let's do this instead. That's already starting to move there, so we start to push this out. And then start to push this back. Like that. Oh, that's good. Like that. Alright, yeah. Always trust the process, I guess. Damn. Is that, is significantly better. Dude. When turtles lose their shells, do they just regrow or do they find a replacement shell? Oh. I don't. They don't find another shell? They're just homeless? Why would you do that to them? Who would wish that upon them? They don't deserve that, man. They're just turtles. They don't know anything. then get shot that way. We can't let that happen. There's a reason why conservation works the way it does. What are we doing? What are we doing about the homeless turtle population? Aren't turtle shells like a part of their bodies? Actually true. Did we just get swindled? Did we just get lied to? Did someone lie to us on the internet? Who would possibly do such a thing? You've swindled me. God. There we go. Ooh. So a turtle can actually fully leave their shell. Or actually no, what happens if you like remove the keratin part around it and they just kind of have that, are they just like big and soggy? Like they don't have the hard parts anymore. Are they just like a meat disc? We have an image of this. It's like formed in the shell, I think. Huh. I have to look that up afterwards, because that's kind of crazy. Anyway, now that I've had that idea about like how I'm gonna handle this, how that's gonna work is that I'm gonna sort of do the inverse for this guy. It's still gonna snap that way though. That's cool. But it still needs to be like in the line of getting hit by that, so can't tilt it back too far. Now it just looks like he's just moving his head to the position where he gets hit. But oh, never mind. Nice hips. And you hear guys me scraping the bottom of a barrel for questions. Don't worry, TK, I really do appreciate it. It's really good. You're keeping things nice and active. You're fun. I like having you around. It's what's necessary, I think. And besides, we need an injection of that kind of thing. Because, like, honestly, I'm kinda... Ooh. Not exactly the greatest content creator. I'm not feeling like it right now. But that is something that's, like, you know, interesting that did kind of happen. I got in a video. I got a request from a YouTuber who emailed me stuff. I was just like, hey, can I use your animation in like a video and stuff? And I'm like, absolutely you can. If you give credit, you can do whatever the heck you want. As it turns out, they're actually kind of a very big ultrakill YouTuber. It was what video is it? Hang on. Let me just Yeah, it was Visiface. It was this video. Which they, yeah. This is them. They did this, and, they did a whole thing where it was just like, they couldn't use WASD, and they beat all of ultrakill, which is insane. They were just like, yeah, you can use whatever you want, so, of course, they used, Absolute Machine was used. But also, and I was totally taken off guard by this, they did a really damn hype edit of,
Trusty revolver and mold everything in my way.
like, check this out. Like, I'm sorry, it's... The council have spoken, and I do believe it do in fact be peak. Go check this video out. It's good. They did good. They did good. Wait, seriously? Oh god! Not again! Sorry. I was actually not expecting that one source to not work. Anyway, so... Right. Let me do this again. But yeah, it's this. So they did use... Need a better internet. Look! Australia to be, okay? Also, honestly, it's not even an internet thing. It's me not knowing how to use OBS. A better internet connection. Okay, alright, so that is actually going through. That's good. The sound's going through. But yeah, they did a whole video where it's like they had to beat ultrakill without moving. So they used some of my animations for it. And then I'm going to play it again. Instant replay, because I'm a dumbass and I don't understand how to do things. Where is it? Yeah. But no. They hit a hard edit on this one. Like, holy peak, I'm afraid. So yes. Go watch. It's good. Didn't Maxwell use some of yours too? Yes, Maxwell used Absolute Machine. That's the reason why the comments on Absolute Machine were, your form is incredible, for a really long time. I tilt it this way. Yeah, if I just do like some weird shit. Oh. Insane, but okay. Okay. It kind of tenses up. That's funny. Like back to the ghost story. Oh, wait, I haven't seen the ghost story. Hang on a sec. Yeah, back in like 2023, you try to stay up as long as you could because it was a life's bucket list. So try to stay up in your basement just to play video games as long as you could until sunrise. That's where you saw the go. Oh, okay. Yes, please continue. Please continue this. I'm probably gonna have to wrap up kind of soonish. I've got some life stuff that needs to happen, like IRL stuff. That's kind of important. So this is going to be like a real short stream. I'll just get what I can done. 3, 4 a.m. you heard some music from your bathroom. Oh. Oh no. You didn't say anything while looking in a mirror, did you? Oh, that's kind of working. Hang on a sec. Did we want to re-kill it? What was weird is that there wasn't any like music we're thinking of. It was like from the 1930s and 1960s. Oh man. He's got the sightings. Can you give the ghost some privacy when it's on the toilet? Yeah, what are you trying to do here, man? I mean, when you gotta go, you gotta go. What's going on here? Calcio, hey, what's up? We're in the middle of we're in a ghost story right now. Donovan's telling us about a sighting. We're animating a thing, and I'm about to wrap up stream actually. Zero has also just turned into Minos Prime by the sounds of things. Ah, we at last. So I don't actually like how that arm looks. So what if I tilted it back like that would? What's up, doing anyway? Yeah, we're probably gonna be getting off soon. Yeah, well, cheers. I'll see you. Look, the damn song just cut off with the light. Oh. Yeah, you really did interrupt it while I was in the middle of something. I'm out and you slept on the couch. Totally fair. Completely reasonable response. Was literally about to go to sleep, but then went to check out the live stream to say hi. I'm glad you did say hi. It's always good to see you around. Like you and Donovan and TK, you're pretty much like my regulars. Oh man, oh that's some crazy IK stuff. Okay, fine. I will. But yeah. I got that. Maybe I don't even need to have that go back that way. Or I can get that elbow up. Like elbow up, but... Yeah, then hand go down. Whoa, okay. Kinda working. Nah, it's gotta be that. Maybe that could come up faster. Alright, one last adjustment, I think. Gonna kinda end things off. My bad, sorry, it's been a low energy type deal. Like, definitely not gonna be one of the streams of all time, I'm afraid. It's cool, yeah, I know. Can't win them all. Besides, we've got to get that cart moving again. We talked about how everything in Ultrakill is French. I know, but if... Oh, man, if I was, like, more into it, that would have been, like, an all-time bit. I need to bring that back. Because that was so crazy. You see French V1. French V1 is powered by wine. V1 is French, and hell is also French. Blood is wine. Alright, so that's how that's looking. It's still early stages. Not exactly blocking this one out, just taking it how it is, but yeah. Like that. Boom. Headshot. I'll put that there. Can't believe a robot can be an alcoholic. You would be surprised. Wait, the human race can do many amazing things. V1 parries something with a baguette and has a French mustache. Yes. Machine! Parry it! What pictos do you think? What pictos do you think V1's running? Alright, I gotta stop. I gotta stop this. I'm gonna say... It's not the greatest place to leave off, but I gotta get going. Because I got to go to a friend's birthday thing. They got a... Hilarious, we're talking about alcoholics. I'm about to go on a bar crawl, so that's gonna be fun. I'm unfortunately, yes. Instead of furthering my craft and getting better at things, I am instead choosing to get really wasted. I'm a fantastic example for everyone. Don't worry about it. Everyone's like this, I think. Okay. Let's save that. Save incremental. The French is taking over the stream again. They always do. All right. Thank you, everyone, for joining. Even though it was a bit of a smaller one, it was still nice. Really, really good to see everyone. TK, Donovan, Calcio, when he dropped in, that was so nice. And yeah, we had a good time. We had a good time. From now on, the streams are going to be like whatever the hell I'm working on at the time. But yeah, I will see you around when I see ya. Till tomorrow.